Welcome back to the Padilla Family Homestead. Today we are just outside. We're gonna make some brunch because we haven't had breakfast and it's getting close to lunchtime. So we're gonna make some brunch, plus we're gonna meal plan some things. My hubby starts a new job this week, so he gets to bring, hold on a second before you do that. He gets to bring some lunches with him, which is awesome. And we're both we want to prep some things so we have some food on hand. So we're going to do a bunch of meat. We've got some peppered bacon. We have some pork chops. We have some ground beef. And then at least one kielbasa. I might do a second one. And we're going to get everything started. So we got this beautiful blue, I don't know if it's picking up on there, beautiful blue Blackstone. It's navy blue from QVC back in, what was it, March? We ordered it in March when it was the special value of the day, and it was actually cheaper to get it through QVC for this size and what you got with it, with the foot lid and the cover and some tools and all of that. It was cheaper to do that than to actually buy it at Walmart because we were trying to price out all over the place. The color wasn't important. It was a fun perk, but it wasn't important. So we got a cool color and all the tools for cheaper than we would have done at Walmart, which is not always the case when buying online. So we have been utilizing this. How many times we cooked on this? Like 12? A lot. We cooked on a lot. So maybe more than 12. So basically it's like a cast iron, and you have to season it really well at first. There's going to be parts of this where I am going to voice over because we are living in town. There is sirens or trains or whatever else, airplanes. Plus he needs to scrape this and be able to cook a few things and get it cleaned and ready to go. So what have you found for taking care of it? Come closer.
So, pretty much just scraping it, making sure you're oiling it, and then also before you're done and having it all clean is just making sure that it's still oiled, not like heavy oil, but has oil on it to where it's not gonna rust, kind of like a cast iron.
Right, and they say like your first time and stuff to not season it with animal fat, just because it sits out differently. So we use avocado oil. We always have a thing of avocado oil and a thing of water. That water really does make it easy to clean up, huh? It like steams stuff off. All right, so he's gonna get started on here. I'm gonna go inside and grab a few other things. I also harvested some goodies just a little bit ago. I need to get them inside and washed off, but we're gonna cook up these onions. Some of them were starting to bend back and die a little bit. So I'm gonna cook some of these onions, a few of these little turnips I pulled to make room for other turnips to grow. And I have two lonely shishito peppers that we will cook up. I cannot come up with a good way to record this in most sections with tuning out the scraping. That's going to happen for a lot of people. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So I want to show you how to use this Blackstone, kind of some of the things we do with it, and then, but also not kill you in your ears with these scraping. So one of the things I love about the Blackstone is it is one pan, for the most part, one utensil cooking. You can use two of these. There's another scraper you can use and stuff like that. But for the most part, you'll see he does everything with this one spatula. And we have this one pan that we're cooking on. And so besides the dishes of the food we're putting this stuff, the dishes that we're putting this food in, that's what we have to clean up, not a bunch of pots and pans. So like I said earlier, we are meal prepping for this week. We obviously, there's 2 of us here. We're not eating all of this in one sitting. But when you consider breakfast, lunch, and dinner for today and the next 3 days, we're trying to get a bunch of stuff prepped up and ready to make our lives easier. Plus, it's been really hot out, and this is one day that we have the opportunity to do this together. It was about 10, and we started this about 10, a little after 10, and we finished it just shortly after 11. So we were cooking for about an hour, and we knocked out a lot of dishes, which was awesome. Now, we are doing primarily meat today on this. That's what you're going to see. We'll also do some veggies and some potatoes. But we've also made bulk batches of pancakes out here. We've done fajitas and then done the tortillas on the griddle afterwards. You can do all kinds of things on here. Sweet, savory, breakfast, lunch, dinner, doesn't matter what it is. If you would be cooking it on your stove and some things in your oven, then you can be doing it probably on this Blackstone. Now, my husband does like to keep one side slightly cooler than the other side. So one's running hot and one's running cooler, so he can move things around and shift things as they're getting close to being done and so forth. We also hang a garbage bag from the edge of the Blackstone, so as we're going, we can throw stuff away. As we finish that bacon, we flipped over to pork chops, and man, am I going to tell you, I'm so excited about what we put on these pork chops. Pork chops are great on the griddle because it keeps the fat in them, but at Sam's Club, we got these pineapple spears that have coconut water in them, and they are delicious. They are extra delicious when they are grilled up, and so I really like eating the pork chops with the pineapple. This pineapple grilled up, though, would be great over ice cream, too. It's super, super good. And so we're going to go ahead, since we're meal prepping a bunch of stuff, I'm going to go ahead and pop all of this whole jar on there. And later, it's funny, he sneaks this into our vegetables, and I didn't realize it. But it did add some good acid and flavor to the vegetables, which was awesome. So he's not cleaning a whole lot in between, he's scraping, but he's also keeping this oiled because he has the heat up, and it's definitely going through a lot of cooking and a lot of different things. So it's important to keep it oiled, and that way things still are nonstick. While he is working on the grill, I am in the background chopping up the turnips and onions and some snack peppers and some of the onion greens. I also chopped up some thyme for the veggies and some dill for the potatoes. It's kind of fun because I have a few things that I grew, like the turnips and some of the onions. And then there's other things I didn't grow, like this additional onion and the peppers. And so right now we have a mix of stuff going on. And when we're prepping multiple meals like this, it is hard with our small garden to have enough of something to necessarily bulk cook with. But we'll see what we get going with these peppers when they start cranking out. The heat's coming in, so I'm excited. This is a very small round patio table with the umbrella. So from my stomach to the umbrella stand is how wide it is all the way around. So it's not a whole lot of space, but we make do with it while we're out here and use the 2 sides of the Blackstone as well. The pineapple and the pork chops are looking great, so we are going to flip over and take a look at those. And ooh, just looking at these, it makes me want to eat some more. They were really, really good. So when we got done with this, and you'll see, I'll show you the trays of everything we pull back. When we got done with this, we took containers and we each packed lunches for the next 3 days. So like for me, I did a pork chop with a slice of pineapple over the top and then some veggies on the side for one day. Another day I have kielbasa and some of the veggies, and then I am taking some pasta to put those things on top of that, and then I still have a leftover soup from the other day I'm going to take one day. My hubby did a combination of the veggies with the kielbasa and some bacon, and then another day he did the pork chops with the veggies and some pineapple, and so we each got to build what we wanted. He added potatoes into his. I'm planning on using potatoes more for breakfast than for my lunch at work, and so we get to utilize this all different ways. The taco meat is for tomorrow night's dinner, actually the night you're seeing this, so tonight's dinner. And we're gonna have tacos together, and then we can use the leftovers because we're packing our lunches for work, but then we still have 2 more meals at home. My husband is a big meat eater. I have been trying to do more meat and less carb. So it's just finding out what works for you. And again, on a day when it is, man, I think today got to like 90 something, and then that heat index, I think, put it at over 100. And we wanted to get done. We didn't want to heat up the house on the inside, and so we had our water and our body armor, and we took care of everything outside, which was awesome. Also, I wanted to mention any leftover bacon that we have, if it doesn't get eaten in the next couple of days, I'm going to take that and freeze that, because that makes really good bacon bites to add to the top of salads or whatever else. It's just super handy. I thought you were talking about the So the next thing he's cooking up here are the onions. Man, the sizzle and the smell of these caramelizing is amazing. He is going to place the hamburger meat on top, and he's adding the taco seasoning that we have. It's already pre-salted taco seasoning. I get it from Azure Standard, along with all of our other dried herbs that I don't grow. And this actually cooks up super fast. This would be a really quick meal on the griddle on a weeknight. You just take the meat out here and some onion and the taco seasoning, get it heated up a little bit. I think he had the lid closed for like 3 minutes or something, and then finish that up. And then you could do your tortillas and have whatever toppings you want. We just do chopped onion and cilantro on top of ours. We do like street taco type, but that's kind of what we had planned. Next up, we're going to work on the kielbasa. Now, I found it interesting. He was doing the kielbasa sideways first to give it the grill marks on the edge for presentation, and then he chops it up, because we really like it when the kielbasa has the charred marks. And so when he chops it up like this, it gets all those little charred chunks and has a lot of good texture and flavor that we really enjoy. Now, we really like this with just vegetables in a bowl. And then we also like it with some of those onions and veggies and things on top of pasta that has like avocado oil or butter and a little bit of herbs. It's just super versatile and just delicious. While he's cooking these up, we're also going to add in the vegetables onto here. And all I put on the vegetables is some seasoned salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder and some fresh thyme. I didn't do any onion powder because there's a lot of onions in it, The green is the greens from the top of one of the onions, the bell peppers, the turnips. I didn't do any fresh garlic this time around, which I have. I don't know why I didn't chop that up, but I didn't. But you can really do any type of vegetable that you want to. I think cabbage steaks would be delicious on the Blackstone. And there's just so many good things. Oh, you can see all that color popping up. So those kielbasas are getting very close. So he's going to go ahead and take them out and put them in the pan with the pork chops and then finish up the veggies. They do make an accessory for like making a steam dome, but we just use the lid. I think somewhere in the instructions it probably says not to do that, but we haven't seen a problem with it. We don't leave it closed for a super long period of time, but it just enough to create that pocket of steam and allow it to cook a little faster by closing the lid. So that is something totally up to you whether you choose to do that or not. Start bringing these in. Taco meat, yes. Delicious pineapple. Lots and lots of bacon.
How cooked down do you want this?
That's fine. Good but hot. Oh, get my peppers out of there.
Just want it in here?
Yeah, I just need the kielbasa open.
Pineapple.
What? Oh, you put some on it? Nice. Smart thinking. The camera would have pulled in later.
Wait for that.
Wait for the what?
I said let's do half first.
I thought you meant pour it all with the half seasoning,
Okay.
half seasoning. Fine. I know we're going to do this on all of it. The salt is going to make it break down faster. So we'll wait. Too much? Too much peppers? Is that even possible? So these hash browns are some of our favorites that we get from Azure Standard. It's been a while since we've actually cooked them because we haven't popped them in the oven the way I normally do it. And I will say that something I've learned cooking hash browns or these cubed potatoes is that salt helps them to break down faster and get soft. So if you really want crispy potatoes in the oven, then you do not put salt on them until after they're done cooking. And that will help them get crispy and still have their moisture kind of locked inside. Whereas when you salt, it helps it release its moisture and it becomes more mush. On here, we went ahead and added the salt probably about halfway through them cooking, and then just did it that way. It's a preference. You can do whatever you want. So one side, it just has salt, seasoned salt, pepper, and that's it. The other side has seasoned salt, pepper, and dill, fresh dill from the garden, because I thought that sounded yummy, and it was. So after these potatoes, we are actually going to be cleaning up the Blackstone and then signing out for the video. So he's going to give some tips when it comes to cleaning and why he does certain things. I will say the first time we used this, we went through a process of seasoning it, and then we used it when we had some friends over for the first time and cleaned it and then put it away, and it had rained, and then we opened it up and there was rust all over the edges, and we were like kind of heartbroken. So you really want to clean it well and oil it well, and since we've switched to these new habits, we do not have rust anymore, which is awesome. Okay, so let's jump into cleaning it. So first off, this is going to be really loud, so I'm doing a voiceover for the first part, and the second part will end with him just talking. So he's scraping. He said don't scrape too hard though, because you don't want to flake off all your seasoning. I guess because it's on low, and it's hot enough that you could scrape off all the good stuff. And you don't want to do that. That's what makes it non-stick, is the seasoning. So he scrapes everything down, and then you put water on it right away. You do not want to go eat and then come back and clean this. You want to clean it as soon as you take your last item off, and it'll make cleanup so much easier. So you're just taking water and you're kind of rinsing everything back to the trap at the back, where it has a drain, and allowing everything to go down there. The water helps everything kind of release, and then you can just scrape it down. And then what he does, he just uses the same spatula. Sometimes if it's like super dirty, then he gets another spatula and scrapes it. We have a scraper thing for it. It almost looks like a bench scraper, but he does this until it's primarily dry and clean. Then he'll take a paper towel and he'll wipe that off. And then he's going to go through the oiling, and he's going to walk you through that with him talking. But I'm going to go ahead and sign out now while he finishes this. Thank you for watching. I hope this encourages you to get a Blackstone, do some meal prep, do some fun meals. It does not take long, an hour, and we got 3 days worth of meals. So have a great rest of your day. And it's on this whole time, right? You just have it on low?
Yep, turn it down. So it's not burning like crazy.
So now it's totally clean, it's dry. And you do the edges each time?
Yes.
After the rusting issue that first time?
Yes.
You want tongs or another spatula? And then now you just turn it off. And let it soak in with the heat of the day.